Hey guys, we have just got a brand new Ark DLC announcement trailer. It is epic, it is amazing. We're gonna do a breakdown of it, so you're gonna find out all the missing details that maybe you didn't see when it was being streamed. But first of all, we're gonna watch it, and before we do, make sure that you beat the crap out of that like button if you find yourself enjoying this video at any point. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so this trailer is absolutely epic in every single way, but we're going to start off by breaking it down a little bit. So as you can see in this first clip, you wake up in one of the spawn points, I guess. This seems to be some sort of strange, like, grassland that is just completely overgrown. You can see there's giant scraps of, like, metal there from supposedly destroyed parts of whatever controls the environment of the Ark. So what I'm thinking is it's that Ark. There was an Ark at the very end of the the whole boss battle. You can see there's one that's kind of like broken, and I think that we're actually on that one because one of the whole side pieces of that holds like the shield and everything onto the giant islands that are the Ark, because the Arks are just giant space stations, and one of them has like a giant broken thing on the side. So I'm thinking that all the pieces of salvage that are in this trailer are actually one of those. So as you can see, we wake up in some sort of like overgrown environment here. There's like a bunch of like mushrooms with like strange crystals, just like, it looks like a jungle or something. It's so crazy looking. Then we get into what looks to be just a crazy looking cave that has just, I don't even know, like it just, this whole thing, the whole cave, it looks like alien, like goop or something on the sides. I don't even know. Either way, you see this strange creature on the ground that looks like a cross between like an anglerfish and a pug, and it has like the freaking little anglerfish, what are they even called? The lantern thing on its head, and you like walk up to it, and I guess when you pet them, they just like light up. So these are gonna probably be the signature creature of this map, I'm guessing. So, but previously, obviously, the dodo is the signature creature of the island. The jerboa is the signature creature of the scorched earth, and I'm thinking that this is probably the signature creature of this map because you're probably gonna need this to help you get around and everything, because I imagine this whole map is gonna be dark in very many places. So as you can see, anyway, you just pet him and he kind of like wags his tail and then he falls over. So as you can see, they're kind of like dumb, I guess, in a way, but they're kind of dumb and derpy, and he kind of like sticks out his tongue then. And then we get into what looks to be just a kind of just a dark forest or something. I don't know if we're still inside of a cave. It's really confusing. But you can see there's like some sort of strange lantern insect to the left there. And we take out what looks to be, I thought it was like a cave flare, but apparently they're actually called glow sticks. Take out a glow stick and you chuck it down this giant hole into the abyss. And as you can see down there, there's more of those lantern bugs, but as you can see down there, there is a bunch of skeletons of what seems to be, it looks like a T-Rex or maybe even a Giga or something down there. It's crazy looking. But as you can see, there's massive vines going all the way down. It's just completely overgrown. Crazy looking, absolutely crazy, and beautiful as well. Seriously, the visuals in this trailer are fantastic. So as you can see, it just drops straight down. And then we get into a scene where you're inside of some sort of cave. Now, I don't know what the hell, what is that thing? Is it some sort of core or something? It looks like it's like drilling into the earth, and it's, has some sort of liquid or something in it. Very confusing. But you're like walking through this crystal cave, I guess. There's still giant pieces of the broken, let's call them obelisk rings or something. I don't know. Let's just call them that. So there's a giant piece of an obelisk like ring thing in the background there. So obviously this is exposed to the surface in some way, and you can see that it starts to shake, and we have some sort of grenade thing in our hand as well. I imagine that's some sort of like plant bulb or something that is explosive. But you're approaching the core, and then the whole place starts to shake. So there's something later on in the trailer which we'll see that could potentially be that shaking. Next we get into what looks to be just another epic looking cave. I think there's water in the bottom of it, but as you can see, you are on a zip line. They are adding zip lines to Ark. This is amazing. Now there was a mod that I covered like a long time ago where there was actually like a zip line. Now this is obviously looks a hell of a lot better. I love the sparks off of the zipline as you're like going down on it. Looks really cool. But is this gonna be some sort of like natural kind of mode of transportation? Are they gonna just be around the map? Can you place them yourself? Can you get some sort of gun where you can shoot a zipline in a certain spot and zip down to somewhere? I don't know. Maybe this could be the equivalent of like parachutes on this map, or maybe this could be like the next version of a parachute, like a more advanced version. Because in a sense, they kind of achieve the same thing, you know? With a parachute, you can jump from one place to another, get to that place, but with this, you can just shoot the zipline and have like a mode of transportation for all of your clan. But man, does this look amazing. And the cave as well, giant red or RNG crystals, possible water at the bottom. We're heading towards like a crystal forest or something up ahead here. Looks amazing. Next we have a really interesting scene, which kind of sparked my interest a lot, because as you can see, there's new building materials there. There is some sort of platform that is stuck straight into a rock. So could this potentially be the version of S Plus platforms from Platforms Plus that can actually place pretty much anywhere? Can you place these onto like rocks or something, or is this just a special spot? Because you can see there's tons of them everywhere. I'm very confused about this. Is this a new version? Also, note that is made out of stone. It's made out of stone and wood, so that's pretty interesting. And also you can see at the very top of the screen, you can see the sky, and it's very dark up there, so we'll probably get onto that in a little bit here, but that's possibly something. And also you can spot a zipline up there too. Interesting. So you can have ziplines in your base, obviously. I can see there's some sort of line there. I'd imagine that is a zipline. But also, there is some sort of, there's so much to this picture, honestly. I'm going to probably be using arrows or something here. There's another zipline on the left-hand side there. Beside that rope ladder, you can see it's going across off the screen there. And then below that, there's some sort of pulley system. I don't know, is this some sort of like new wooden elevator or something? I'm so confused. I have always wanted them to actually add in some sort of wooden elevator, so maybe this is what they're actually adding. It's some sort of like system where like a giant, I don't know, a giant like mass is like dropped down to lift up an elevator. That's how they used to do elevators before they became like electric. So maybe this is some sort of primitive version of an elevator. Then we also have some sort of new creature. It looks like a naked mole rat or something. Very strange. I think maybe we might see this guy later on in the trailer. I'm not exactly sure if it's the exact same thing. Also, notice we are in some sort of giant mushroom forest as well. So much to this picture right now. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, let's go on here. As you can see, the naked mole rat is just there as well. Then down the bottom of that scene, we have like just the ladders going down, the girls walking up to it. You can kind of see, it looks like new armor maybe, or is it hide armor? It's very hard to tell. But we also got lots of stuff around there. We got nice, they've got some sort of like walkway up around the rocks. So can you actually, I guess that's possible right now in Ark. Is there anything else new here? I don't really think so, but you can see that naked mole rat thingy up above there as well. So it looks crazy. Next we get to this really cool scene. I think this is probably everybody's favorite scene from the whole trailer. There's this invisible creature walking along a rock, and then like in my mind immediately I was thinking, is this a giant chameleon or something? Like, this is crazy. And then it becomes clear it is, I think they called it a rock drake, which is crazy. It has like these feathers that it's able to glide with. It's probably not able to free fly with them, I don't imagine. I imagine it's only going to be able to glide along the air with it. But just ignore him for a second and look at the surroundings here. We are in some sort of giant, a ravine or something like that. Maybe it's even just an open cave. There's a lot of light in the cave, so that's kind of confuses me a little bit. But there's giant mushrooms everywhere, just showing that this place is overgrown. Obviously, there are trees to get wood and stuff. Giant crystals over to the side there. So let's go along here with this little journey with this rock drake, and as you can see, he is gliding up, which is kind of interesting. Maybe you have to get to like a certain speed before you can go up. I don't exactly know if you'd be able to just like infinitely fly on these things. You might be. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. And then we have this where you just like dart forward to a surface. So you can stop gliding and dart to a certain surface. Obviously, you can see he kind of just like points forward and he flies at the rock, and then he lands on the rock and he's able to just latch immediately. So they're using the same mechanics that the Megalania has here, except combining it with something like the Griffin or the Archer, where it can glide as well. It's just absolutely insane. And obviously you can see there's more like, I think this is some sort of cave or something, because you can see there's daylight out there at the top there. Lots of vines, lots of mushrooms, just everything everywhere. Looks insane. And next, we have a really cool scene, which I really liked. The frickin', oh my god, the climbing, like, picks or whatever they're called. Like, you're just hanging from a surface. You can just get around the whole place with these things, obviously. They're probably going to be medium tier, so you're probably going to need to be a decent level before you actually get them, but it's going to allow you to actually explore the caves a little bit more and get around, probably even like get up to your base if you have it high on a hill or something, or not, I guess a giant rock. There would be no hills. But again, we are underground here, and as you can see, there's a huge amount of daylight, so I don't know exactly what the outside world is going to be. I do have my theories, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes here. But going on from there, we have this scene with this giant clawed creature. There's two people riding on him. There's raptors in front, like, so obviously normal dinos spawn on this map. This creature picked up a player. I think even, did he pick him off of the mount? He might have picked him off of the mount, actually, but he just has him in the claw as you start off. So you can pick up players with this thing, maybe even off of a mount, and obviously just, I guess, start to kill them and maybe even chop them in half. That would be amazing. I hope they do that. But that's just, it looks insane. It looks like some sort of like alien creature, like crab crustacean thingy, that you might even see in that movie The Mist or something. Oh man. But look at the environment as well. We have more of the giant metal structures in the ground, possibly fallen from the sky or something like that. We have lots of like caves and everything, like lots of like cave stuff and everything like that, overgrown. We have some sort of bridge across the top there, if you notice that as well. It's actually held up by those structures, so maybe that's built afterwards or something, after all this stuff fell from the sky. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks insane. This giant creature grabs the other player off of the raptor and it like chucks them up and like hits them onto the ground. It looks absolutely ridiculous. Next we have a really awesome scene, which I'm really excited for. We have we have like, I don't even, wingsuits? Is that the right word for them? We have wingsuits at Ark. This looks insane. As you can see, there's some sort of drop down below there. Oh wait, no, that's not a drop, it's some sort of mushrooms. It looks like a drop though. But yeah, you're like flying down and then the wingsuit activates and you can just glide with this thing. So this is going to be a new mode of transportation. Maybe there's not going to be too many flyers on this map or something like that, but you're going to be able to get around using ziplines, the climbing hooks or climbing picks or whatever, and then obviously these wingsuits to just like fly around freely pretty much. Oh man, I cannot wait for those. I can't wait to actually try those out on the other maps as well. That would be epic. Like Ragnarok. I think those things on Ragnarok would be amazing. Anyway, next scene. We have a scene where you're walking forward and the ground is shaking, and then all these little like mole goblin looking creatures appear. You pull out this crazy looking weapon that charges up and it just shocks all three of them. Now I think they call this some sort of like charging shotgun or something like that, electric shotgun. So you can kind of like shock the creatures, and I guess it stuns them and does a huge amount of damage. So this is obviously a new weapon confirmed. Next we move on to a scene where you are, I think this might be the surface of the planet or something. So there's all these crazy mole things jumping out of the ground. Now, are they the same as those creatures that we saw earlier on? Maybe, but watch what they do when they are actually exposed to the surface. So as you can see, they just start to kind of evolve. Ignore that guy in the background for the moment, but look at these guys. They sort of evolve or something. It's crazy, like they're kind of getting bulky and they just, I don't know, their eyes glow red. It looks crazy. You can see all their veins and everything. Maybe that's them roaring, or are they evolving because of the moonlight or something? I'm so confused. But then we also have this crazy thing jumping out of the ground. I want to talk about that. I don't know what the hell to even call this. It's like, it has like the head of like a wyvern almost, and it crawls, like comes out of the ground and like attacks you, I guess. So I'm thinking all the shaking earlier on in this whole trailer was possibly because of these creatures were appearing. Oh man, I'm so hyped for whatever the hell this is. As you can see, it's some sort of like giant xenomorph looking creature. It's crazy, and it has like a red mouth, and it roars at you. It's just crazy. And these things must be its followers or something. I'm so confused. Next we have a really cool scene where you're using the climbing hooks and you're like coming up to the surface. As you can see, it's like sand on the surface with rocks and everything. You can see into space. You can see the broken obelisk ring on the outside there. It looks ridiculous. There's some sort of like broken planet off to the side there as well. And you can see one of the obelisks, which looks to be crooked, so maybe it fell or something. Very, very intriguing. Now, I imagine that the underground part of the planet is going to be mostly where you're going to be living, and then the above ground part is probably going to be the most dangerous part of the planet. And obviously that's due to the fact that you probably, it's low atmosphere, I'd imagine, so we're going to have like less gravity, so we're going to be able to jump higher. In my opinion, I think that we're going to be able to do all that, but like there's not a whole lot that we can see in the trailer. I do imagine that there's going to be some crazy stuff here on the outside world, and as you kind of explore up here, you're going to figure out more mysteries of the Ark. Now, they did also reveal in a post livestream or a post trailer live stream that that this whole map is going to be completely different to what we've seen so far. It's not going to be anything we've ever seen up until now, and it's going to be almost a continuation of the story from the island, from what we've seen in the Overseer boss fight. This is going to be a continuation. We're going to figure out more about the Ark. Why is this one destroyed, I guess, as well, is another question. Very confusing. And like, why is this one destroyed but still exists? And also, why are we here? You know, like there's all these questions. It's so strange. Like this whole concept of like there's so many different Arks, and then this one here is just a destroyed one. Like, what map did this used to be is the question. Did this used to be the island, like a different island to the one that we've already lived on or something? I'm very confused, but it looks amazing. As you can see, as he looks up, there is a planet, and that is the planet that we see in the end of Ark. And then it cuts to the logo changing to the Aberration logo, which is overgrown with strange like purple leaves and green leaves, and like the crystals have all turned purple. Maybe the purple color is a distress signal almost to the Overseers. There's so many theories and stuff that I have about this, and I'm probably going to go more in depth at some point, but that's a basic breakdown of the whole trailer. We see absolutely everything in here. Obviously, there's so many new creatures coming. There's so many awesome things going to be happening. It is coming in October, in case you're wondering. So that's a little bit disappointing. I thought it was coming today, but whatever. I can wait. It's gonna be really fun. I prefer that they actually take more time to perfect all these things, so we don't have strange bugs on the first day of the launch. And I am really excited, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. What are the craziest creatures that you like out of this trailer? Because there's so many really cool looking ones. And let me know just all of your theories. What do you think about all this? And also hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you guys want to see more. Oh man, we're going to be covering the crap out of this in October, which is about a month away now. It's just September now. Great. All right, I will see you next time.